Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'm going to be sharing with you some exciting palettes. If you like Revolution collaborations, you're going to love this video. And as usual, I would love your feedback on these two products. So this time I'm going to be sharing with you both of the palettes. I'm going to be sharing with you swatches as well. And we're going to look at the packaging now. So this one is from Revolution Pro. And the details on here, so you have Nath, which I believe is Natalia. So Natalia's name is there, but Nath is the Instagram name, I believe. I don't know too much about this person, but I do like to support my favourite makeup brand, and that's why I've purchased these. Not only that, but I really do love the packaging, and you'll see why in a moment. So I love that it's baby pink. Now getting down to the bottom, it does say that it's limited edition. I'm not too keen on limited edition, only because if I love these products, how am I going to replace them if I absolutely love them? That's the only gripe I've got with limited edition. So turning it over, you've got Nath there again, and on the back you've got Revolution Pro, Nath, Natalia's name and the shades that you're going to receive in here. So this is a face palette. You've got ingredients there that it is let me just double check. Yeah, it's cruelty free and it's vegan, and all of that is in rose gold. So you have all of those details there. You're getting 4 pans here at 0.063 ounces or 1.8 grams of product. You're getting 2 pans at 0.18 ounces or 5 grams of product. So that is the packaging for this one. It's absolutely beautiful. I love baby pink, so this is just amazing. This palette retails for £10. You can pick it up from revolutionbeauty.com, and if it is available at Superdrug, I'll check and the details will be down below as always for you. Now getting into the actual palette, so that baby pink colour is also on the palette, which I love. It's a card palette. It's quite weighty, doesn't feel cheap in any way, and the information is then transferred onto the palette. So you've got Revolution Pro, Nath, Natalia's name there, and that it is limited edition. On the back you have the same details, apart from you have Natalia's signature with Join the Revolution with me. Well, I certainly joined the revolution, and it was a long time ago, in fact on day one. So all of that information, like ingredients and you know the amount and things like that, again is all translated on here in case you want to dispose of that box. Now what I really like is the fact that this is totally different. It's a totally different design from anything else that we've seen within Revolution Pro or Revolution, in that you have a little ribbon there. Now this ribbon corresponds with the colour of the other palette and vice versa with the other eyeshadow palette as well. That ribbon is pink, but you'll see all of that in a moment. Then when you open it, and it is magnetised, so it does stay in place. So when you open it, you don't have a mirror, you have the same information. So Join the Revolution with me and Natalia's signature there. And then these are your shades, which I really, really like. So love all of those. Okay, so in this one you are getting, now I'm sure that is a contour shade, so you're getting a contour shade, you're getting a marbled kind of contour shade or bronzer there. That would be very interesting. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. You've got a banana shade there. I'm using the Revolution and Immogenation face palette at the moment, really loving the lighter shade in there, so I'll have to test if this banana shade will work on my skin tone. You are then getting a blush there. That looks like it's a little marbled, as well as a little bit of a sheen there, so I'll have to test that one out. And then you've got 2 highlights there. So basically this palette has it all, and this is what I want from face palettes. I want to start with the base and then move all the way along to the highlights, so you've got everything. So you've got your face powders, you've got your base setting powder, you've got a blush, and you've got 2 highlights. So this is very interesting to me, and it will work, for example, if you are packing to go anywhere, amazing, or for work, then this palette may be the one for you because it's got everything. I also think that it's got that beautiful packaging, very intriguing how you open it. The only thing that I will say about the design, because I have tested out the eyeshadow palette to design this look and to give you a bit more information. And what I will say is that this doesn't stay up on its own. So if you pop it down and then, you know, pop your brush in, you have to literally hold this up. But apart from that, I absolutely love the packaging. Can't wait to actually try this one on. Now getting on to the other palette, which is an eyeshadow palette. Again, this retails for £10 and you can again pick it up from revolutionbeauty.com. However, again, if it is available at Superdrug, I will link that down below. Now, as you saw with the pink, this well, it's exactly the same, apart from this one is burgundy. So you've got Revolution Pro there, the Nath logo there, Natalia's name there, and that it is limited edition. Again, I would like this to be permanent because it just makes it very frustrating if I fall in love with this palette. Nath is down the side, each side, as with the face palette, and then on the back you've got Revolution Pro, Nath again, the shades that you are going to receive in here, the ingredients again all in rose gold, and this one is cruelty free and vegan as well. So you've got the logo there. Then you have got £15 in this one at 0.039 ounces or 1.10 grams each. And it also says that it was designed and developed in London, UK. And really, really love that. But it was made in the in China, basically. Okay, so that is the outer packaging. Let's move on to the actual palette itself. So looking at this one, you will see what I mean because you've got the ribbon there in pink. So as the ribbon was in burgundy, the same as this one swapped about. So this is burgundy, but the ribbon is pink. I really love that because they look very, very cohesive together as one beautiful, you know, they should be together basically. Love that. So again, as on the outer packaging, you've got the same Revolution Pro, Nath, Natalia's name, limited edition, Nath down each side, and the same information on the back with Natalia's signature there, ingredients and cruelty free and vegan. Now, as with the face palette, this has got a magnet, so you can feel that. And then as with the other one, no mirror there, but you've got the same Natalia's signature along with Join the Revolution with Me, and then you have all of these beautiful shades there. What I will say is, and I'm finding this a lot with Revolution products, eyeshadows in particular actually, that they look, I'm expecting something from how they look. So I'm expecting a particular colour, but when you apply them, they actually translate slightly differently, and they do in this palette. Now, I've used a few shades from here, and a couple do actually look different. So I'm going to get onto that now. I think what I'll do is I will swatch the face palette for you first. So just roll up my jumper and then we'll move on to the eyeshadows. Okay, so the first shade is called Desert, and it's that matte colour that looks like that. So that basically is your bronzer or contour shade. Then we have the marbled shade next to it, and that one is called Paradise. So that one is marbled, and when you mix that together, that's what that one looks like. So quite light. And then we have that banana shade, and that is called Sweet. So that's the banana shade. It's quite light, and they are powdery, so I think that they're going to blend beautifully. There's no kick up, but you know, when you swatch something you can just tell, and these are very soft, very powdery, and they feel beautiful. That is your blush, so that is actually either a highlight for a deeper skin tone or it is a shimmery blush. So that's that one there. Then we move, and that one is called Darling. Then we move on to the two highlights at the bottom. So we have the one on the left, which is called Sweetheart. And that one looks like that. So that's Sweetheart. And then we move to the right, and that one is called Admirer. So there are all of your shades. So this is the whole of the face palette. So that one is that one there. So I'll just move that and then get the eyeshadow palette. Now, what I'm going to do is swatch all of these, and I'll mention which shades I have used and which ones translated a little bit differently. So we're going in with the first row, which is called, and the first shade is called Classy. So I'm going to try and get them all together. So that one is Classy. That one there. So the first shade is a shimmer. Then we have a matte shade called Radiant. Then we've got Radiant there. So that's your matte. And then the last shade on the top row is called Sand. And it is that one there. It is matte, and it's basically a colour to set your base. The second row starts off with Superb, which is a matte orange. So that's Superb. The second shade is a shimmer, and it's called Sketch. I think this one's more of a foil actually. So that one is Sketch, and it's a foil. We then move on to the last shade on the second row called Lovely. And it's that one there. So it's a matte mid-tone brown. We then move on to the third row, and this shade is Mesmeric, which is a shimmer. I'm going to have to start on this side. Just going to turn around so I can. So that one is Mesmeric. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it there. It is a duochrome. It's like a peachy gold. Absolutely beautiful. Then we have that purple shade right in the middle called Striking. Where are we? Oh yeah, we're over here. Again, absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Actually, let me just go to the side. There we go. So Striking. Then we have this shade. Now this one is what translates different, and it's called Mystery. And it certainly is, because it actually looks grey in the pan, but you can see that it actually translates pink on the skin. That is beautiful, and I used that to start with. Absolutely stunning. I also like the fact that there is a mix of cool and warm tones in this. The next one is called Darling. Now this one looks like a rose gold shade, but it actually comes off cranberry. I was a little bit disappointed with that because I really wanted it to be rose gold. The next one is called Satin. This one is beautiful, but what I wanted to do was go more cool toned, and this is a matte, and it's like a red toned brown, but it's got a little bit of pink to it. Absolutely stunning. So that's matte, that one. Then we have the black called Era, and this is very pigmented. That one there. So that's Era. Might have to get a wipe in a moment. Then we move on to the last row, the first shade called Choice. I'm going to have to go on my hand now. So that's Choice. It's a little bit, I don't know, a red toned peachy brown, mid-tone brown. Then we have a Blend, which is a red toned brown again. There, and then and they're both mattes, and then the very last shade is called Espresso, which is again another matte, and that is Espresso, so a deeper brown. So there are all of your shades. Now I forgot to get my wipe, so I'm just going to get one of my wipes to clean my hand up, otherwise I might make a mess everywhere. Okay. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the face palette, and I'm going to test some of these beautiful shades out. Now it is starting to get a little bit tricky having to hold this open as well as trying to balance it on my leg and use the brush. So, but we will try. So I'm going to go in with the shade Dessert to start with. I'm using my NYX fan brush. And let's see how this works. Well, it's certainly pigmented. Oh wow, that is very pigmented. Hopefully it will blend out. Ooh. Now, obviously I'm wearing this beautiful pink jumper, which I just actually purchased from Primark. I'm going to be sharing this with you very, very soon. So I was wearing pink. So this actually works on my skin tone to give me a little bit of, perhaps not, you know, that cooler kind of look. A little bit more. Now I do tend to try and go for a little bit of a cooler kind of face colour, face powder, because that's what works generally for me. So just now going down the cheek. I really like that actually, and it's working very, very nicely with the pink that I'm wearing. It's just a shame that it is limited edition. I would really love to hear your thoughts on that. In fact, I'm sure one of you mentioned a little while ago that you don't actually buy anything that's limited edition, probably for the same reason that I mentioned at the beginning. It is very frustrating, isn't it, when you love a product and you just cannot buy it any longer. So yeah, not sure about that. So as always, just patting that on. Now I'm just going to have a look and see if I can get that on the edge of my brush now to just deepen up the contour area and then blend that out, just so that we've got some dimension. Again on this side. Well, that has worked beautifully. Really love that. Really love the colour of it. It goes very well with the pink. And like I say, this is the kind of colour that I like to wear. It's a little bit cooler. But yeah, really like that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to swap brushes, and I'm going in with my Wilko blush brush. And I'm going to go in now to the shade Darling, which was that, let me just show you, that colour there, just to see if I can get a little bit of colour in my cheek. Oh yeah, that's nice. But it is shiny. It does have a glow, you can see that. So if you don't like shimmery blushes, you are not going to like this. No, that isn't, I'm not liking that as a blush. Let me blend that out. It is just too, it's got too much glow to it. It looks lovely, but it's just too glowy as a blush even. actually, now I've blended it in, I'm just using my foundation brush. That looks very nice, and the glow has near enough gone. So yeah, really like that. But you know how fussy I am about blushes, so we will have to see. Now what I'm going to do is use one of the highlights, and I'm going in with Admirer at the bottom. It's more pink toned. As you can see, I'm a little bit obsessed with pink at the moment. So I'm using my flex brush. So let me put it on this side and see what that does. That is nice. Blends beautifully. Little bit icy. I might have to actually just use my regular blush. Use this as the highlight perhaps. This one is a little bit icy for me. So I was hoping that this was going to be a full face palette. I wish that they had put a blush in this, you know, a proper matte blush. But you can see how lovely that highlight is. But it is just a little bit too icy for me, but it blends beautifully, gives me a lovely glow. So love that formula. So that is the face palette. Really love that. I think I could even do with a little bit more. Let me just put that down, blending here. I don't usually like to do this, but we'll see. But yeah, I quite like that. Not too bad at all. I just wish the blush wasn't, you know, too glowy. But yeah, really like how it looks so far on my face. So that is a very good palette. Now moving on to this one. So this is the eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to get my first brush, which is the Primark Eye Increase Contour Brush number 251, just a very fluffy brush. I'm going in with the shade Mystery, that one there, and see how I get on this side. Now I've already added my Revolution Pro eye elements in central, and you're going to see what I mean. Now in the pan that looked really quite like a grey, you can see that it's that one there, but on the eye it looks absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful pink, love it. And this is what I'm finding actually with a lot of Revolution's eyeshadows. They tend to look one way in the pan, but actually on the eye they look a little bit different. Then I went in with, let me just get this right, Radiant at the top. So that one there, Radiant. Again, I wanted another cool tone because what I wanted to do was something a little bit different. I've done a lot of warm tones over the last, well, definitely this week. So just going in with Radiant. This shade kicks up quite a bit actually. So I'm just using the leftover, what it's kicked up. But these blend absolutely beautifully. Really pretty. Just going under the eye now with that colour. Really nice. So you've definitely got a mix in here of cool and warm tones, which is such a bonus. Okay, with the same brush I'm going into the shade, was it Espresso? It was, yeah, Espresso down here at the bottom. So just going into that one. Now starting to deepen up that outer V there. Now you can see that that is a beautiful blend, seamless. They've just blended so well. Really love that. I'm just also using a little bit of Espresso round here to deepen up that outer V as well. So like that. Now I'm going to swap over to, you've seen this all week, so basically if you didn't want to go any further and you wanted to keep this as a daytime appropriate look, you could certainly leave it like that. Now what I wanted to do was test out that black. I've been testing out, I think this is the second or third black that I've been testing out, and I've really enjoyed, I think this must be the third look actually, yeah. I've really enjoyed adding a little bit of black. Now this one is extremely pigmented. If you thought that the one I used yesterday was pigmented, this is even more. So I'm using the same brush for this as I did in that look, and this is 252, the eyeshadow blend. Sorry, I'll start again. Number 252, the eyeshadow blending brush, also from the same set as the 251 brush. Looks like that. It's much more rounded, which makes it perfect. And basically I haven't hardly touched, I mean this black will last forever because all you have to do is go like that, and that is enough product. So again, I'm just deepening up that outer V, and I'm keeping it here just in the crease a little bit, and I'm patting it because it is so pigmented. I'm so worried. No, it's worked okay. I went in twice, which I didn't really want to do, but obviously I wanted to show you how I tapped it. But yeah, and I'm just going to take that underneath here as well, very, very gently, because I made a huge mistake yesterday. But no, that's worked beautifully, like that. Then I'm going back to my Primark Eye Contour brush, and I'm just going to blend that out like that. So I suppose before I added the black shade Era, that could have been your daytime look, and then with the black it is much more of a dramatic eye look. I would certainly wear this in the day. I like drama on the eye, not in life. So I'm just doing that, making sure it's all blended in. I'm going to get some more of the Radiant shade and just blend that out a little bit more. Perfect. So this is much more, I would say, a dramatic look, if that's what you're going for. But that black is extremely pigmented, I can tell you that. Okay, now what I want to do is add a little bit of a beautiful shimmer onto the lid. Now, obviously, I mentioned when I was doing the swatches that Darling was the shade that I really wanted to go in with. It initially looked a little bit like rosy, doesn't it? It looks rosy, it looks beautiful, like crushed velvet. So I wanted to go in with that. Now, I was a little bit disappointed that actually when you pick it up, it's again one of those shades that looks slightly different to how it does in the pan, but when you apply it, it goes on like a cranberry. And I wanted something a little bit lighter, so I'm going to apply this first and then show you exactly what I did. I mean, it's a beautiful, absolutely stunning shade, but I was just expecting something else. And you know, when you're expecting something else, I had my heart set on it being a rose gold, and it's not, it's a cranberry, but it looks stunning on its own. But I just wanted something a little bit more lighter. I wanted something a little bit more rosier, and you can see on the other side that it is. So all I did then to make it a little bit lighter, because at the moment it does look a little bit deep, I went in with the shade above it called Maryk, which is this one here. So that one looks like that, and I just went over the top with that, and that actually then gave me the rose gold that I wanted. So I've got the cranberry, I've got the rose gold, I've got it all basically, so I was really, really thrilled with that. Just going back to my black, just to make sure I haven't gone too far with the shimmer. And there There we go. So that is the lid shimmer laid down. Now what I wanted to do was go in with the Mesmeric shade and just go into the inner corner for a little bit of light. I wanted to keep to the same colour, so that's what I'm now going to do. So just go all the way around the inner corner. Can't even speak today. Like that. Absolutely beautiful. A little bit more needed, I think. Haven't been that generous. That's better. Okay, so that is the eye look completed with the eyeshadows. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of liner, obviously with my favourite liner from Revolution. It's the HD Smoky waterproof liner. So just line my waterline like that. I've already applied mascara. I've been out and about drinking hot chocolate and all sorts of things in Norwich. I've seen my first Christmas tree, which I was so shocked about. I couldn't quite get over it, but yes, and all of those pictures are on my Instagram. It was actually next in Norwich. I was then going to go into Costa, which they've just added a Costa coffee shop, and I went up to the next store and there it was, the first Christmas tree. I was shocked. We're only in October and we haven't even gone past Halloween yet, but anyway, they're obviously ahead of the game. The mascara is the Mascara Revolution. So I'm applying a tiny bit more of that. I don't really need much more because the one coat is just perfect. Now that is definitely the eye look now completed. So that's everything. I really love the fact that in that palette you have cool tones, you have warm tones, you have a mix. Some of the shades look slightly different, so you do need to apply them on the eye to have a full idea of how they look. For my lips, oh my goodness, this is getting so small now. I need to get another one of these. This is the Revolution Renaissance Lip Liner in Chauffeur. I applied that first and then I wanted to show you this. Now yesterday I shared with you another brand of lipstick and I mentioned something else from Revolution, which was the Nudes collection Pixelated, and said how much this one would work, and it's only £3 or £4. This is what it looks like. I put that over the top and it is stunning, and that's what that looks like. And this is over the top of Chauffeur. I love it. It's rosy. It's a little bit metallic, but not too much. And it is very similar to the shade that I was wearing yesterday. So if you didn't pick that one up, this one is it's very similar, if not a spot on dupe. But I put it over the top of Chauffeur. Beautiful. And I'm just going to wipe that off now because I want to just leave you with the swatches. So let me just start off. So that's those going all the way round to the face palette. So yeah, absolutely love the eye look that I've created. I'm really getting into wearing black on the eye now. I used to be very scared of it. It really does work absolutely beautifully. And as always, Revolution, obviously this is Revolution Pro, but under the Revolution umbrella, they've come up with amazing shades, amazing design. I just love it. The only thing I found was a little bit difficult having to hold this open, but to be honest, I can get past that. I mean, it looks stunning. I think Natalia has done an amazing job along with Revolution Pro. So as always, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. What are you thinking about the palettes, the collaboration? What are you thinking about my eye look? my lip look, anything that I've mentioned today, I would love to hear your thoughts on. And as usual, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would love it if you subscribed. If you love the Revolution products, Revolution Pro, I Heart Revolution, or I put myself under pressure now. All of the Revolution products anyway. Obsessed. There we go. Obsession. There we go. If you love them as much as I do subscribe to watch further videos, because most of my videos are Revolution based. Obviously this is Revolution Pro. So congratulations, Natalia, and until Monday now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.